What's up, guys? Welcome to the Skeleton Joe Show. Once again, I'm Joe. I'm not a skeleton, but this is the show. So, today's topic is going to be something that I did last week. It's a little more up to date, but what I went to was something called New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival. Now, it was in Atlantic City, and it was a change for them because they're usually up in, I want to say, Edison, New Jersey. And for some reason they wanted to go to Atlantic City, and a lot of people were really upset about it because it was farther away from where they were from and things like that, and like nobody knew how it was going to turn out. But regardless, I booked a hotel back in March, went in September, and pretty successful. It was really cool. They had Edward Furlong, James DeBello, Bam Margera, Elvira, Dee Snider, all these great names. And what more could you want? It was at the Showboat Hotel, and personally I've gone to Atlantic City lots of times, so I was familiar on how to get there, how to get back, everything like that. Right on the boardwalk, so after the convention you can walk around, get a bite to eat, stuff like that. But basically you just go in the lobby and you instantly see the convention. Instantly. Right behind like the what's it called? Oh my god. Coffee stand? If you want to call it that, like the little, lobby souvenir food shop, I guess I don't know. Anyway, the tickets were like 30, regular for a Friday to Sunday thing rather. And Sunday was like $20. It's basically the price for every convention you go to. But if you guys want to see through this, I'm going to open it up a little bit. You guys can pause and like read it and stuff like that. But here's the cover right here without a glare. There you go. And they had a whole section with all the stars on it, which is really cool because if you go there and you have no idea who's actually there, you can look to see who's actually in the program and who's at the convention. So you can see, oh, I didn't know they were going to be there. Let's go see where their table is and let's go try to meet them. Things like that. Also, it had a schedule for all the photo ops right here from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all the events, Q&As, costume contests, things like that. Some conventions have concerts. I don't remember if this one did or not, but some of them are pretty cool. And then lastly, it was also a film festival. So the last couple of pages is all the different films you could have saw and things like that. And there was like a lot of really weird names like The Big Toe, Sheborg, Abducted, Killer Kate, Mrs. Claus. Just weird names. Not sure if they're weird movies, but there's that. And then on the back, they got all the sponsors, things like that. So it's a good thing to shout out their sponsors, always. But it was very spaced out. I've been to a lot of conventions where it's at a hotel and you basically have a hallway with vendors on either side, but this was a giant open part of the lobby, and there was a lot of empty spaces that they could have filled with more vendors, but they didn't. And I think that was a really good thing for them because it acted as a crowd control. So if there was like an empty space where there could have been like 6 tables, people could have gathered and everyone could have not felt as claustrophobic as they sometimes do feel at these conventions, because I know I have. But then again, I'm used to crowds as in like concerts, sold out events, stuff like that. Now, I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I got, which I did some pretty good things. This is pretty good things. One of the things I got, I saw a little early in the day, thought about it right before we actually went back to the room, I ended up buying. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. Ash from Army of Darkness comes with an extra hand. You can take the chainsaw off. And not only that, but...
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Motion activated talking. Has a couple of phrases. Pretty awesome. I'm really glad I got this. I have him over here next to my Predator, but we'll find a good place for him after I get things situated. Now, one of the other things I got I randomly saw this, and it's from one of my favorite horror movies, so I had to have it. Had to have it, and it's such a cool look to it, and it already came framed and everything, but I'll warn people now, people that don't like ventriloquist puppets, turn off the video, skip a couple seconds, but check this out. From Dead Silence. Isn't that awesome? From freaking Billy. Love that. Love that so much. It's only 20 bucks already framed. I didn't get the actual vendor's name or a card, but he was very talkative. We actually talked about the movie, stuff that we wanted to see, maybe a sequel, things like that. But moving on. Dog. Things I'm starting to actually get into is collecting NECA figures. I have, a couple of them, but one of the ones I got was Jason Voorhees from Part 6. That's pretty awesome. These NECA things are really, really cool. 30 bucks is a lot for just an action figure, but it comes with so many accessories and it's so detailed that it's just worth the buy, and especially if it's from a movie or even a video game, or if you even do music that you guys like. It's definitely worth it, especially if you want to do a collection, which I'm starting to do. I have 5 now, which is kind of a collection in itself. But their website is really cool, and they have a lot of stuff that's not exactly action figure. They have 18-inch figures. They have masks, I believe, and the puppet that I got in one of my other videos from Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's NECA, which is pretty cool. Another thing that I got, it's from Trick or Treat Studios, and it's also from Dead Silence. So again, there's going to be a warning for all you people that don't like puppets. But look at that. Isn't that cool? 50 bucks. And they do really, really detailed masks. That's the same thing as my Billy puppet right over there. But this is also Dead in Silence, and if you guys watch the movie, you know where this is actually from. I won't get into it. But my dog is also afraid of it. I think that's all I actually got from vendors, but let's move on to the people that I've met. So, anybody that knows me personally, I've been a really big Bam Margera fan for last, 15 years or something like that. And there was been a time where I went to Monster Mania a couple of years ago, and he ended up leaving early, so I didn't get to meet him. But he was scheduled for that convention, and I instantly bought a photo op because I wanted that professional picture, something to look cool. I even wore a him shirt, which is, I believe, is his favorite band. I'm not sure if it's his actual favorite band, but a friend and I get in line for the photo op. Turns out that he canceled due to health issues. We were a little bummed, but we ended up meeting his brother, Jess Margera, who's the drummer for CKY, and his dad, Phil Margera, which was really, really awesome. I will have a picture of that later, but moving on to people who I actually met. Ted Raimi is a great guy. He's really, really cool. I got something signed from him from Ash vs. Evil Dead, and he's also in the regular Evil Dead, and he's in things from Wishmaster, things like that. But really, really cool. I did a combo. I believe it was $60 for autograph and picture, which is usually standard for a lot of people. Some names you think were going to be a lot of money really aren't, but definitely worth meeting some of these people. So there you go. That right there. Got that signed. He was really, really funny. We took a couple of pictures, and again, those are going to be later in the video after I get done all this. And then I met Dana DeLorenzo from Ash vs. Evil Dead, who plays Kelly. And she was really nice, very hyper, which is her character in the show, which was really fitting. And the line was long, it wasn't really moving, and she kept running up and down the line being like, I'm having fun, let me get through all these people, and then we'll get there. I talked to her for a little bit, and, we talked about, the show, things like that. But there you go, right there. I'm trying to get that signature in there, because it's really hard to see with that glare, but really, really nice. Down to earth. Like we were moving up the line and we were just hearing like all the stories and things like that she was saying, and really genuine. I would love to meet her again. Maybe get like a photo op. And she wanted to take more than one picture with a lot of people, which is really different from some of the actors and actresses that go there, because sometimes they just want one picture and then like they want to move on. But that was really nice. Next two rather, from my favorite movie of all time. Not even to do with horror, but they were there because they've been in horror movies, and I'll get into that in a second. But favorite movie of all time is Detroit Rock City. Edward Furlong and James DeBello. Been wanting to meet them for a really long time. I only have 2 more of the main characters to meet, so fingers crossed if I can meet them. But there you go. This movie is so good. If you guys haven't seen this movie, please go see it. It is excellent. It's so good. A lot of humor, a lot of action, I would call it. It's more of like a comedy action movie. And if you're a fan of Kiss, definitely go see that movie. They were really, really good guys. I got to talk to them about the movie. Even got to sit in on a Q&A with that movie. And Ron Jeremy was there, who is more known for his porn, but he's actually a pretty good actor. But it was really, really good. I loved hearing stories about the movie and things like that. And all the people that showed up to see the stuff about the movie was really, really cool. And Edward Furlong is also in Terminator 2. So that's where that's also, again, not horror, but that's where that genre comes in. And James DeBello was in Cabin in the Woods, I believe. Cabin in the Woods, I think. So that's where he comes from. So that's where they get that not so horror, but not so, not horror, I guess. But we were thinking about meeting Elvira, and we saw like the line that we just didn't want to. Another thing that was really cool about this convention, which I love about this convention, because I've seen a lot of people doing it, but this is the main one that I've seen that was been close by and I've actually gotten to go to, was some conventions are actually having props from the TV shows, movies, etc. And I was fortunate enough to get 2 of them. They were like professionally done, so they were like $5 to get your picture, but they were professionally done with the photo op, and then they edit it and then they upload it. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to, which is why this video is a week long, unfortunately. But they turned out really good. And I won't say anything about them. I'll just like put them up and let you guys look at them because they're so good. And you guys are going to be able to be the first ones to see them. So aside from the people, like a couple people at work and some of the people that were there who got to see them. But I haven't put them up on social media or anything. But I think like maybe tomorrow I'll do it after this video's been out for a couple of hours. And then I'll put it out because they look really good. I'm really excited I did them, and they were really worth it. $5 for a professional photo op. And it wasn't like one picture. It was more like 3. And then they show you like the picture and they were like, do you want to keep going or something like that? And we were like, no, they're pretty good. And going through the album of the day that you do and the set you do, you see some weird pictures. Like I'm probably gonna post one because it's like why? Like, I'm glad they did it because it was really, really funny, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. But it was just like, I'm flipping through the pictures, and I'm just like, next. Anyway, it's pretty good. I've gone to the one that was in Edison, New Jersey, I think about twice, and it was a little cramped, and it was pretty cool. But I really like this a lot more because I had a lot more room, and that was the first time I actually got a room for a hotel that was doing a convention, which was pretty nice. It was really, really worth it, especially when you do the whole convention the whole entire day and being like an hour away from home, you just don't want to drive. So you just hang out at the hotel room, maybe get a couple drinks, and then the next morning you get a hangover like somebody I know. But that's definitely the video. Here come the pictures. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.